Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn Unfiltered podcast. In this special episode that is on a Sunday instead of a Monday, me, Courtney, and Alisha sit down and talk about the creative ruts that we get stuck in and how we personally work to get out of those. We have a few laughs in between, so it's a really, really good episode if you feel like you are in a creative rut to really dive into. We are doing this the day before we start our boot camp. If you are interested in joining our boot camp, make sure to click the link down below. We start out tomorrow. We're running all week. We have giveaways, all kinds of things that you don't want to miss. So make sure you click that link down below to get signed up. And I can't wait to see what you all think of the podcast this week.
Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn podcast.
Yeah.
What's up?
This is what happens when we have no parental guidance.
I know. Tanner's not here to tell us you can't do that.
Even though I feel like we're the ones that are always like, don't do this, don't do this. He's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, today we do what we want to do.
Today,
Yes.
the ladies rule the roost.
Yeah.
And we're really going to be talking about a
Creative block.
Yes. My words weren't coming to me.
How to get out of a creative rut, whatever you want to call it.
How to overcome it. How to get
Yes.
started from overcoming it. I told Courtney, I said I'm currently in one. So this
same.
is perfect. I'm literally like, hey, you guys got any title ideas over there? Like,
I actually feel like I just got out of a creative rut.
oh, really? Are you,
Like
so you're back
yesterday.
in some good creative flow? Ugh, I'm so
That's
jealous.
the best feeling, though.
It really
It is.
Part of me wants to say that I don't know if it's just me or if it is something that other people experience, but the change of a season really does, like, it's not good for me. Like, if I'm
Oh, I thought you were going to go the other way too.
it can be. Now, going from winter to the spring, great. But I feel like this week in our area, it feels back to winter.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
that's my issue with it.
I literally went out to my car this morning. It was 19 degrees, first of all. And I was like, on Hocus Pocus, when they're like, another glorious morning makes me sick in my brain. I was saying that because I was like, is it really 19 degrees again? Like, I'm over it.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like it's winter again.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Me neither. So,
Bummer.
I mean, what do y'all do? Courtney, tell us what you did to get out of yours. Or do you feel like it just kind of happens? Like you kind of ride the wave of the block until.
Yeah, I think that you have to like sort of try to get out of it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm in a creative rut. Just wonder when I'll get out of it.
Yeah.
But it's not you decide and then you're out of it.
Yes.
It's like a process that you have to like consciously decide.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
keep moving yourself out of it.
I
feel like.
agree.
I 100% agree. So, if you had to say, you have to work for it. You have to work to try to get out of your creative rut. What is one thing that you do personally to try to work toward getting out of that?
I like to do like small wins, easy wins.
Yes.
Where, like, I'm not. Let's try to find an example. Like right now, there's some areas in my house that I would like to redo, but I'm just not feeling very inspired about them. And so I can't just like be like, all right, I'm going to redo this whole room today. I need to find like one small area and be like, I can work on this.
Like, let's find a
small-
rug for this room.
Yes.
Or let's find a light for this room.
Yeah, or
Right.
a project or a teeny tiny little piece of decor that I can like make for the room and then like kind of bounce off of that or something like that.
Yes.
Where it's just like a bite-sized chunk that gets you started.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like in the morning where if you like you don't want to start off with your hardest thing you have to do that day. I mean, that's some people's approach to life, but that is definitely not mine.
Different
I
breed.
Yeah. I need to do something that I know I can do. And once I'm like, oh, well, I've already done something today. Now I can do
Yes.
another thing.
I like that advice. I think that's good advice you can carry through lots of aspects of your life. Like outside of just a creative block, I just feel like that's something handy to do and utilize.
That's just a good piece of information to tuck back in your back pocket, leave it there, pull it out when you need it.
Sometimes, like, you even got to start your checklist with, like, something you've already done. Like, brush my
So
teeth.
it looks like you're checking your box.
Yeah.
It's already life hack.
I mean, honestly, there are so many times where I'm just like, I feel like I can't get this checked off my list. So I feel like it's kind of reverse psychology on yourself.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
I
I
love
love
that.
that. Me too.
It's real. That's that right there. Good information.
And I feel like at work, it can be harder for me at work because like we're all very task oriented. So we've got this like long list of things to do. And so sometimes it can be creating something like simple that we know we're going to be able to like successfully make rather than, there's days where we're like in here like scientists trying to.
Some projects scream craft fail.
Yes.
Not that it will always be a craft fail, but that it's going to take some trial and error to get the result that you want.
Yes.
And so when you're in a creative rut, those are not the things.
Hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass on those.
Yeah.
Because then you'll just be like, oh, it was better when I wasn't trying.
Right. Right. So
one of the things, though, that we are doing right now for our people or for those who may feel like they're in a creative rut is coming up actually starting tomorrow, which, yes, very exciting. I know that our podcast is coming out we normally do our podcast on a Monday, but we decided that today was the day we needed to release it on Sunday so that we can get people geared up for this week coming up.
Right.
But if you are someone that feels like you are in a creative rut, we have boot camp starting tomorrow.
Yes.
Which is an absolutely amazing way to jumpstart your creative juices.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, like, what we're saying now can apply to a creative rut where, like, you're a Cricut user, you've made tons of Cricut projects before, and you just kind of fell out of it or, like, having some creative block. Or if you've bought that Cricut, like, a long time ago and haven't used it and you're scared, these same principles, I feel like, could totally apply to that situation to jumpstart you for the first time.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not just for people that have been around our channel. It's not just for those who feel like they're in a creative rut. It's really for everyone. And we really put so much work. I don't want to even say work. We put our heart and soul into boot camp.
It's like, and
It's like
there's
next level.
it is. And there's only very specific types of projects that we release for boot camp. Like they're very, what's the word? Like handpicked.
Yeah, handpicked. We try to make
Curated.
it something that anybody in any phase of life would like to make. I
Right.
feel like. So we steer away from wedding. We steer away birthday. I mean, everyone's having birthdays. So we're not going to do like baby showers or babies because not everybody
Is
has
in
a
that
baby
season
in
of
their
life.
life. Or
Yeah,
is in that
right.
Season of life, but just generalize home decor, something that will in some way inspire anybody.
We want to
that could watch
spark a
it.
little inspiration in you this week.
That's right.
That is
Yeah.
our goal.
Yeah. So I think our first day of boot camp is a beautiful orchid.
And this was a project, I'm going to be real honest, 100% transparency here. I didn't have a lot of faith in myself
Me neither.
for this project. And
I didn't think it was going to look cute. I think Courtney brought the idea up, and I was like, it'll be okay. And Lauren made it, and I was like, my mind was blown. Yeah. I mean, it looks so good.
it's one of those things that it's not that I didn't have faith in myself. Let me rephrase that. It is, I didn't have faith in making a paper flower look good. I did not think that there was a way that we could make a paper flower. They look, and I was afraid it was going to look so fake.
Yeah.
I think that was
can't
my
stand
biggest
it.
fear.
Like those rolled paper flowers, those aren't like They're cute.
Oh, very cute.
But they
Just
don't
not
look
realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, so really my goal with this, because we really wanted to focus in on like it being a home decor piece, was to make it as real as possible, as
Yeah.
real as I could, to the point that I even put a dowel rod in it to make it look like I'm like tying the orchid in.
You could even
so
put
that
like a little butterfly clip on there like everybody does. They
know.
clip their lip. I mean, from far away, it's like super realistic.
Right.
It's so cute.
But the cool thing about this project is it is so beginner friendly.
Yes.
Like Courtney has worked so hard to make sure that all you all have to do is pull that file into your design software that you're working with, whether it be Cricut, Silhouette, really anything you work with.
Pick how many flowers you want.
Pick how many you want, cut it.
Cut
That's
it. You need to gut it.
And
Yeah.
I think that if I was looking at this project, probably the most intimidating part for me would be the painting. But it's paper, guys. It's paper. If you mess up, what, are you going to waste a 2-inch square of paper? Like,
Right.
just move on.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah.
It's not, like, you're not wasting a lot of paint. You're not wasting a lot of materials. You're not wasting a lot of time because it's small. It's not like you're painting this whole huge thing and then, oh, it doesn't look good, throw it out.
Yeah. And I feel like a paper project like this one is a really good, easy win, like you were talking about. Like, it's somewhere good to start if you feel like I'm not really inspired, like I'm not really been that excited about my Cricut. Like, if you make this, first of all, it's easy. Second of all, you're going to be like feeling yourself. You're going to be like, I made
I can
that.
make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, white cardstock, you guys. It's literally white cardstock.
I promise you have some around your house.
You've got copy paper, so I don't want to hear any excuses.
Yeah. And like the paint in and of itself is not even that hard.
Yeah,
Like,
it's nothing crazy.
We're literally taking acrylic
It's like
paint
one color,
and
right?
watering it's two colors.
colors.
So it's like a marigold, like a yellow color, and like a plum purple.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
we're just adding we're doing like a little dollop of paint and then adding water in it, and that's it. And you just
And realistically, if someone has markers at home, and
They
not
can do it with
paint,
markers.
You can do it with markers.
Right. So the point we're trying to make is that no excuses.
Yeah.
If you really are willing to get out of your rut, like, this is the time. I feel like this
And
is
if you
the
want to
perfect
learn
time.
how to use your Cricut, I think paper is a great place to start. What I don't recommend when you want to learn to use your Cricut for the first time is like cutting out a couple circles just to know that your Cricut can cut, that you don't have a plan for those circles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to bring it back when I think about it for you all, is when I was learning how to sew, or wanting to learn how to sew, I looked up like learning to sew, and I would see people that say to get a piece of paper, a piece of scrap fabric, and like run it through your sewing machine and practice all of your stitching. And I was like, I'm not going to use a zigzag stitch. Like, I mean, maybe eventually, but why do I
Right
need to
now.
know that if all I want to do is make this zippered pouch? I just need to learn how to make a zipper, like how to use
how to put a
how
zipper
to sew a
in.
zipper into a thing, and how to make a pouch, and how to flip it inside out and do that. So why would I waste my time? I think, and maybe it's like a lack of confidence, but I think if like when I just started with that project, I skipped all of what everyone else was telling me to do, is to like learn the machine. And I mean, yes, I eventually like I had to learn how to
Thread
my
it,
machine
yeah.
and thread my bobbin, because those were crucial to being able to do what I needed to do to make
Right.
the project I wanted to make. So I think just pick a project. It doesn't have to be Monday's paper project. If that doesn't inspire you, pick something that inspires you that you'll use around your home. It could be, we have a HTV project. If you already have some HTV, use what
Right.
you learned in that HTV class and make something
Yes.
with HTV.
This is like
So-
side note, but you're talking about teaching yourself to sew, and I also taught myself how to sew on a stool in my bedroom when I lived at home with my parents. And there's a DVD that came with there's a DVD that came with the sewing machine. Yeah, and so I watched the DVD, and I was like, she showed you how to thread it, and I was like, all right, I got it from here, lady. I was like, I can do it. And I sat in the floor and I sewed a trash bag for my car because I was 16, I think, and it was green and had pink elephants, I remember. And I started a little side hustle. And I used to sell at one of the antique malls in downtown. I called it So Trashy.
So trashy.
SEW Trashy. Shout out to all my customers. I have sold a lot of those suckers.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I
My
don't
mom
doubt
was
it.
hustling for me up at Home Health Clinic. She
Listen.
was hustling.
No one hustles more for you than your mother.
That's a fact.
And another side note to the side note: if you ever need a confidence boost, have your mother post a picture of you and your siblings on their Facebook. Y'all, the best confidence boost I've ever had.
Everybody will be commenting like, "Those are the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my
I
life."
could look like a piece of trash, and those people would say, "Oh my God, so beautiful."
We all have sisters, so I feel like we all really resonate with that.
And I love them for it.
Yes,
Sorry.
it's like the equivalent of walking into a gas station and being hit on by
By the guy sitting outside.
You'll never get a better compliment.
Firehouse subs. I don't know if I could go back.
Oh man. Well, side tangent. Sorry.
Sorry.
About that. We gotta give you guys some free entertainment
Yeah.
at least while we're here.
So back to getting
Teaching
out.
yourself how to sew.
Teaching yourself how to sew. Yeah.
Okay, so back to your video. You said you had the person teach you how to thread your machine. You said, I got it from here. I guess I did something similar. I pulled up a video on how to make the exact project that I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And I paused that video. Like, I followed along. I
Right.
don't want you all watching all of this week's boot camp and just watching, just to watch.
Yes.
No.
We want you to watch to create. And if you need to watch, like, we're not expecting you to make everything. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to stop watching and start making.
Yes.
And that
preach
goes
it.
back. That goes back to Tanner's. Was it us that he was talking to, or was it?
What was
No.
you talking about?
Okay. I remember. So we had Make-a-thon a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, and me and Tanner were in here in the podcast room, and we had a little breakout room here in this area, and he started coaching one of our Make-a-thon participants, and it was the content diet. He was explaining, and this is what I want. This is kind of going to be. I hope I'm not taking away from Tanner's like coaching stuff, because he kind of coached me. It is, you need to stop consuming so much content, because at some point you're going to get overwhelmed with content and start creating. Like, put yourself on a limit to if you are consuming, let's say, tutorials.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is consuming those tutorials, and you're not creating what you are seeing in those tutorials.
It's not going to get you out of a creative
It's
rut.
not going to get you out of a creative rut.
Yeah.
So you have to limit yourself to, let's say, 1 to 2 a week. And once you watch those tutorials and go back and rewatch if you have to, create something from those, and then you can consume more.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a
That's
big
the good
part
stuff.
that I don't think people realize, is you can't just continually take in and not put out.
It's like
Right.
consumer burnout almost.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I think that people just get sick of. They're just like, I don't know. It's like they're just watching it like mindlessly, even, and it makes everything that you watch less special too. Like,
Yeah.
you're not as excited to make it. You're like, I've watched 27 paper flower tutorials. Like, don't do that. Just watch ours. Stop that.
And it's just like you're taking the steps you're taking that first step for action, but you're stopping there, which then becomes inaction.
Yep.
And where do you go?
And
Like,
then you
there's
rinse and
nowhere to
repeat.
go.
Normally, people do that and repeat the process, and then they're like, ugh.
You constantly take
They
step
might
one.
add another step and buy the supplies to make the project.
Yeah.
But then let them
We
sit
all
there.
know we buy supplies and then don't make the project. It's
Tell
like,
me,
I'm
tell me
definitely
one.
guilty of it.
me too.
Tell me, I would like to see one crafter that doesn't buy supplies.
For a project
Doesn't
they
buy
don't make.
doesn't buy
Name one.
a plethora of supplies that sits on the shelf for 6 months.
If you don't comment, we
Crafters
will, like,
are
admire you.
serial hobbyists. We're notorious for being serial. I am
Oh,
very
gosh.
bad for that. I mean, as I get older, I like try to focus on one, but it's hard. It's hard
How's
to
your
pick one.
quilt making going?
Oh, well, I don't want to talk
What?
about that on this podcast.
Were you supposed to be making quilts?
I've been wanting to do a puff quilt.
Oh, a puff quilt.
Yeah, I've been talking
okay.
about this daggum puff quilt for like a year. Well, it was my New Year's resolution. I wanted to make a puff quilt.
Is it on your vision board?
No, that's why it's
That's
not
why
happening.
it's not happening.
I would love to. And you know what
an
I've been
addendum.
doing? Looking at the same tutorial for 2
Watching
months.
the
Watching
tutorial
and not making.
and
Not
no
making.
you
I need to
taking
be taking y'all's advice.
Yeah.
I need
Just
to get my
watch the
life
first
together.
step. Pause that video.
I know.
buy the fabric.
I got a baby. It makes it hard. I'm just kidding. I'm not making excuses. I'm gonna do it. Before the end of the year, I'll have a puff quilt, and y'all are gonna get to see it.
There we go.
Hold me accountable.
Put it on your vision board.
I'm also gonna do that. Listen, my vision board is like a magic. I made a vision board on my background on my computer. That thing is magic. Yeah. Tanner made one too. Did you make yours yet?
No.
Lauren and Courtney are not vision board makers, unfortunately, because I would really love to see y'all's vision boards. I would really love to see them.
Maybe eventually.
What do you think would be on your vision board?
What would you guys
See,
add?
that's my issue. I don't know.
This is a major problem with me. I don't know if this is the podcast. I just simply don't know what I want. I like other people to tell me what I want.
I don't necessarily want other people to tell me what I want, but I don't know what I want because I change so much. That's my issue.
Lauren doesn't like to be put in a box is the thing. You don't want to be like, this is what I want for myself. I just kind of want to let it flow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's kind of...
No, I can't. If I say this is what I want and it for this year, and then 4 months down the road, my whole life changes. I guess it's because I have gone through like so many like drastic changes, drastic changes in my life. I'm like, I feel like to me that's just setting me up for failure because it's like I want this for the year, but then something's gonna go wrong and it's not gonna happen. But I'm working through that in therapy.
Yes, that's why we're in therapy.
Tanner's and Alicia's, they're just becoming realities.
I know.
And like when I saw Tanner's, I was like, yeah, that sounds good for my life too.
And that's why they're married. I mean, I just think I totally get what you're saying. Like, you don't want to put it on there and then it get to October, November, and it's not happening, and you're just like, figures.
Yeah.
You know, I get that. And listen, I've got some really I have a like 70s model vintage Bronco on my vision board. Do you think that's going to happen this year? I don't know.
No, but I keep sending you Instagram reels of them.
I know everybody. I'm like, yeah. So anyways, I just think a vision board is good. We should do a podcast or a coaching on vision boards.
Yeah.
You and Tanner, not me.
You can coach us.
You could coach me and
coach you
Courtney.
guys.
Yeah.
So let's reel it back in to our start making, stop watching, getting out of a creative rut situation. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, when we were talking about the supplies, that could be some people's excuse. Like, oh, I would like to make, what's another product? That door hanger. But I don't have the wood rounds. Yeah. So I'll order them and then I'll make them. Well, if you are having the motivation to make the door hanger that we're teaching on Friday, it's going to be a good one.
Interchangeable.
What if you took action steps towards it? You order the supplies that you don't have, and you do all the design space work.
Yeah.
You cut out your vinyl if you have the vinyl. So, then there's even way less of an excuse when those wood rounds come, because you're ready to go.
Right. Yeah. And you can get your dimensions off of whatever supplies you order. Yeah. So it's not like that's going to stop you, right.
So really and truly what you're saying, let's back up. To get out of this creative rut, and there's something that does inspire you, but you don't have the supplies. So your first action step. So let's make a list. Yeah. Action step 1, deciding what inspires you.
Pick a project.
Pick a project. That, you know what? Check that off your list. Put it on there. Check it off your list. Action step 2, watch the tutorial. Check that off your list. If you, or you don't even have, that don't even have to be step 2. Let's move that down. Let's do step 1 is pick the one that inspires you. Step 2, order the supplies if you have to, or collect them and put them in one area.
Let's be creative. Let's not say, I think it's Tuesday, we're teaching a HTV banner.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy that exact banner.
No.
If you are inspired to use HTV, maybe what's inspirational about that is the curved text.
Or just applying something to canvas, HTV to canvas. It doesn't have to be a name.
Right.
It could be anything.
So pick something about the project has inspired you.
Yes.
Go off of that. You don't have to recreate the project just as it is. Use what you have. You've got a spare pillow, you've got a blanket, a t-shirt. Use what you have and apply what you liked about the
I
project.
love that.
I love that. Like a pillowcase, great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you've collected your supplies in step 2. And then step 3, you don't, like I said, if you want to watch the tutorial, that could be step 3.
Yeah, and this week's a good time, honestly. Like we've been saying, stop watching. Well, this week is good because there's giveaways.
There
Yeah.
are giveaways.
You can comment live and win.
You know, we
and
always be
feel
giving
inspired.
giveaways.
Actually-
and it would be good to know like what the steps are. Like, oh, like I didn't realize you would need that tool, or I didn't realize what that
Right.
was, or I'm not into that kind of thing. So getting a general vibe of
The whole project.
the project as a whole. Yeah.
And then design space work. I feel like this is where a lot of our friends and a lot of makers in general get hung up because they think design space is
Intimidating.
very intimidating. But one thing that I want to make sure that everyone knows is that we try our best here at Makers Gonna Learn to make sure we explain it very to the point where everybody can understand.
Right. Yeah.
But the one thing about boot camp is we always try our best to bring our A game. But y'all, boot camp, we have been preparing for months. And we really, we feel like we are held to a different standard for boot camp. So we step it up
Simply
even
just
further.
because the amount of people that are going to
Yes.
be there this time. We've got
20,000.
there could be close to 20,000 people signed up by the time we get going. By the time you see
20,000.
this video.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people that need
It blows my mind.
inspiration and teaching.
Yeah, I don't
so we
really think
gotta-
about it too hard because it makes me a little nervous.
No, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think about it either. I don't
But
either.
it's
Can you
really exciting because to get to reach that many people and share what
Yeah.
Maker's Gonna Learn is and share the vision and the community aspect is
That's
It's going to be really fun to see.
Yes.
I think.
And I'm just excited. I'm really excited to, like you said, be able to share our community because y'all, I feel like I gush on and on and on about our community, but it really is.
yeah.
It's
Top-notch.
Top notch
If
and
you're
one of my
watching
favorite
this
things.
and part of our community, be sure to show up in boot camp and comment. I feel like a pastor. Like we're having visitors at church next week. Like, please
Wear your
welcome
nicest dress.
them. But seriously, we're gonna have a lot of new people at boot camp this week. So if you feel so inclined, join on in the live chat. Make them feel welcome. Make them realize that Maker's Gonna Learn is an awesome community because it really is.
It's the best.
And it helps us, I think, especially when there's going to be so many people. It like we can't answer everything. We're trying to teach. So it's good to have that interaction between people in the comments, I think, just to feel like they've got someone they can kind of go to if we're not able to address something. Because I don't know how the live stream comments are going to go this time. I mean, we had like
They're not actually going to be 20,000 people
Right.
on the live.
But
we
they'll
have no
be
idea
like-
how many.
right. We don't. It could be
Probably
up
our
to
record.
Yeah, I have no doubts. It'll beat records.
Record breaking week.
Yeah. So and we've set up boot camp a little bit different than usual. So like you're getting a sneak peek at the supply list this time, and that's how we've got so many people, and that's what we want. We want more people seeing
Yes.
all of the things that we have to offer.
Lots and lots of giveaways. And one thing that I
Yes.
do want to make sure is that you all understand and know is giveaways are for everyone who signs up with their email.
Yeah.
So we have a set amount of giveaways that we are going to be giving away from the list of people that give us their email. But
So
if
you can sign up in the links below if you have not signed up
Yes.
for boot camp. If you're already a member, you have already been entered to
Yes.
win. You don't need to sign up. But if you're not, then you can check that out and enter the giveaways and get the supply list and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, y'all know Tanner, and it would not surprise me if he throws in a live giveaway either.
But
Yeah, I would not put it past them.
I would not put it past him
Actually,
at all.
well, I can't guarantee it, but
We're not guaranteeing nothing.
I'm not saying
But I
it.
also know that I've been in the middle of a live and Tanner's been like, we're just going to give away
Our lamp.
we're going to give away $100 Amazon gift card, or I feel like doing
One
this.
of the things I really like when he does is like comment what you want to win.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are so fun.
Yeah, he a lot of times he'll be like, comment if you want to win this, or let me know what you want to win, and I'm going to pick somebody and they're going to get what they commented.
I love
Have
that.
you ever been in lives where he does that?
I've been in a live where he's randomly giving stuff away, but never one where he said, like, pick what you want. I've never been in one like that.
Yeah, he started that Black Friday of last year, I think.
Yeah.
Why have I missed that one? He's not done that with me.
I think he did it Black Friday of last year, and then I think he
one other
did it.
time.
I
He
think
probably
did
doesn't do it a
on,
ton.
New Year's extravaganza last year too,
Maybe.
which you would
He
have
needs
you
to pull
just
it out
barely
again.
missed.
I just missed it.
Just barely missed it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited for boot camp. I mean, there'll be 5 projects. We're doing a paper project on Monday, and then we're doing HTV on canvas.
Uh-huh.
That one is super cute.
Curtain cut on Wednesday.
Yes, like little cupcake toppers with Asher's face on them.
Oh gosh. So did I tell you all the story where my mom was on our thumbnail?
Yeah, but share it.
Okay, so my mom was looking at our YouTube thumbnails and she's like, "Oh, I see Asher on YouTube," and I was like, What do you mean?" She's like, "I see his little face," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's one of our projects. We're teaching everybody how to take a picture of someone and turn it into like little cupcake toppers or cake toppers and things like that." She's like, "But who's this other guy beside Asher?" I'm like,
With the beard.
"It's Asher." She's like, "No, it's not." I said, "Yes, Mom,
He was
it
in his
is.
really is.
It really is." He was in his Halloween costume, so he had a little fake beard on, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you did put a fake beard on."
Is that when he was Macho Man?
Yes.
Lauren for
Macho
Halloween
Man,
last
Randy
year.
Savage.
Yes,
Now,
Lauren
Jill,
was
if
the
you're
Hulk.
watching, Jill's one of those people that hasn't got her Cricut out of the box.
Oh, do
Jill,
not,
shout out.
do not get me started on Jill not getting it out of the box.
Oh, listen, Jill. We talked about your Cricut for months before you got it.
We
and
are
we're
invested.
we're calling
we
you
wanna
out.
See your Cricut project.
We're calling you out.
If
We're
you're
ready.
Jill or anyone like Jill.
Yes,
Cricut
we're
projects.
calling you out to call you up.
That's right.
And it's all about getting that Cricut out and making that first project.
Yep.
Because it is intimidating and it is hard, but that's what we're here for, is to make it not intimidating, to make it
It
easy.
seems
It
intimidating and
seems
hard,
intimidating.
but it's
Seems
not.
intimidating.
But
That's-
it's not.
it's
Thank
not
you.
intimidating.
It is
It
not.
Yeah.
It is not.
So, anyways, I'm
Do you
super
all feel-
excited.
oh, sorry.
No, I was going to finish going through the week because we're doing, what are
yeah.
we doing on Thursday?
The
Fourth
leather keychain.
Oh, Dollar Tree leather keychain. Okay. And then
Hit the
Friday,
jackpot at the Dollar Tree. They had all kinds of leather.
I know we got all the colors, I think. Well, all the colors we would use.
Yeah.
And then Friday's the interchangeable door hanger, which is like the project. That one's cool.
Yeah.
Which I'm a sucker for a door hanger anyways, but it's interchangeable. So like even more so love it.
Uh-huh.
But they're all really cute this week.
Yeah.
I love them.
They are.
Yeah.
Do you all feel like you're out of your creative rut yet? About to be?
Honestly, I feel like just sitting here talking with you guys and realizing what I need to do, like that I have personally been consuming content like constantly. And I feel like that it's going to be about the easy wins. Like I've had a lot of I don't want to say issues, but I've had a lot of trouble the past couple of days when it comes to like filming content. Like it's like, I don't know what I'm saying. Like it's the most simple project, but I think it's because my brain, I have been consuming so much so much content that my brain is not stopping. Like I'm constantly thinking about the next thing, like what's happening next, where
Yeah.
I really need to dial it back, do one thing at a time, get those wins, and then gain my confidence. Like grow when I get that win, my confidence level goes up.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that's what's going to happen with you all next week with boot camp, is if you just start with that one, find that one.
Right.
And really hone in on that. Get that W. Get that W.
Get that W.
Get that dub.
Son.
and then your confidence level is going to go out the roof, and you're going to be ready to finish all 5 projects by the end of the week.
Yes, I love that. I think for me, whenever I'm over consuming like that, I have to take a little minty bee, like a little mental break, not a mental breakdown, just a mental break.
Or a mental breakdown.
If you don't take a mental break, you'll have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, right. So I think sometimes I just need to like literally like take a couple days and not do whatever it is that I'm having trouble with. Like at work, it could be like making titles or things. Specifically, that's what I'm having issues with. Can you tell?
Specifically that.
Yeah, specifically. And so I think just like taking a couple days away from whatever it is, like if you're like trying to get out of that creative rut and like the project that you chose is starting to frustrate you, just, I mean, like, no, there's no time crunch. Like, nobody's over your shoulder, like, get that paperwork done, girl, or else. You know what I mean?
Or else.
Like, nobody's doing that. So don't put pressure on yourself. If you feel like you're like, this is the project I chose to get out of my rut, and you are still not having success, take a break from it. Come back to it in a couple of days. It's still going to be there. You're not in trouble. Like, it's fine.
You're not going to get sent to the principal's office.
We're not going to come for you. And then hop back on. And, if you still have issues, sometimes that project was not meant for you. And I think revisiting it later on is a good thing. But, sometimes it just be like that. It do just be like that. Yeah. I did have a crafty win when did I do Chloe's shirts? Monday?
Okay, I want to hear about this because I think I left.
Oh, you didn't see him?
Oh, yeah, no, I did. I did.
You did see it. Oh, so my friend Chloe ordered like a bunch of puff vinyl and had it sent to me. She wanted puff vinyl shirts made. Y'all, I love puff vinyl now.
What are they for?
They were she did like Auntie, Mama, and Mimi for the hospital. They're going to wear them at the hospital because her sister's having a baby next week. And, like, that was a good win for me. So that's kind of, like, inching me towards getting out of my artist block, my creative block. So I think that was a good small win for me. So I'm just going to keep living off of that.
Living off of that juices.
Living off that fuel, yeah.
Yeah. The juices didn't sound right.
Living off the fuel. It still doesn't sound good.
Huffing that fuel.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, this is what we're talking about. Words are hard. Yeah. So anyways,
hashtag unfiltered.
Yeah. Truly. We haven't had to use our bleep at all. Have we?
I'm so proud of y'all.
I've refrained.
Me and Lauren are really good at not using cuss words.
The only time I really cuss is when I go to a haunted house.
Or when you're heated. Over DCS.
Specifically, DCS will make Courtney cuss.
DCS and haunted houses.
It's a very short list.
I should make a shirt. I only cuss about haunted houses and DCS.
That's hilarious.
Put that on a shirt.
Yes. I love that. That's so freaking funny.
The first time I went to a haunted house, probably like 5 years ago, I could have counted, probably on one hand, how many times I had cussed in my entire life.
Really?
I left the haunted house unlimited. Uncountable number.
She bust wide open. It was like Pandora's box.
It was like my natural instinct. Every time somebody scared me, it was weird.
Did you do the same cuss word? Was it the same one?
I can't remember. Probably not.
I want to take Courtney to a haunted house
I'll
now.
never go back.
I know. I'm trying to do that now.
Our foster kids wanted to go. I said, Lord, you will never be with me at a haunted house. You'll not think of me the same.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious. I did not know that about you.
Yeah, it's not something I tell a lot of people, but maybe now it will be with my new shirt that I'm getting.
I've only heard you cuss like one time, and it was like Monday. Which we're new friends, so.
Oh, like I said, maybe the only time I've ever heard Courtney cuss is DCS
on Monday.
Because I've never seen her. I've never taken her. No, it was
multiple times over the last couple
over
years.
DCS, yeah.
That's funny.
But I also don't think I'm really a great influence for Courtney on the cussing side of things.
No, neither of us. Neither of us. It's bad. But we're working through it.
Therapy. I feel like anytime somebody, I'm just like, therapy.
Preach it.
Preach, sis. Preach.
I've got a best friend and she'll like call me over issues and I'm like, well, did you schedule your therapy yet? She's like, no. I'm like, I can't talk to you.
I'm not a
I need
therapist.
you. Like, you need to go to therapy. I can't give you any
I'm
more advice.
sorry that I can't talk to you. I'm not a licensed professional, and that's who you need to talk to.
That's the kind of friend I am. I mean, I'm proud of that.
Yeah. I don't. I have enough drama of my own. I don't need yours. Go talk to a licensed professional, please.
I never realized that it may come off that I sound like that. Like, your issues are too big for me. Go talk to a therapist.
I didn't mean that in a bad way, though.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. So, anyways, so do we have any like other tips that we want to give them for creative like, I feel like we each have kind of shared what helps us to kind of get out of it.
I don't know. A lot of it's just getting those. For me, just like as a little recap, for me, it's the easy wins. It's the easy wins that really, I think, help me.
Yeah.
Courtney, you said pretty much kind of the same thing.
Yeah, start with like a project. Don't start by just like learning how to do the thing. Like, if you're going to build a house, you're not going to watch 100 videos and read 100 books about how to build a house. Like, how to pour a foundation.
Right. How to frame a house.
How to build a roof.
Right. So yours would be stop thinking about it, start doing it.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying if you're going to fail. Just do it.
Yeah.
Nike.
Yeah.
And Alisha, your biggest thing?
Is just take a little minty bee.
Minty bees.
Take a little minty bee. Think on it. Sit on it. You know.
Come back to it.
Come back.
And if you've done all three of those things, it should be very close to breakthrough.
Yes.
If not already broken through the door.
Yeah, like the Kool-Aid man.
Like the Kool-Aid man.
When you said that was the first vision that popped in my head. Oh, man. Invasive thoughts. Oh.
Love them.
Or intrusive thoughts. Is that the same thing? Invasive, intrusive.
Yeah.
You guys get it.
Pretty much the things that go on up here that not everybody knows about.
I know. Sometimes I'd be like comparing stuff in my head and I'm like, I should definitely not say that out loud. Like, I should definitely not say I compared what you just said to the Kool-Aid man.
My thoughts are honestly 9 times, not 9. We're not going to go 9. We're going to go 8 times out of 10 a song.
Oh, really? Mine are like movies or like funny lines from shows or something.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I feel like I can relate everything to a song.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true.
You know.
Okay. Well,
It's been fun.
it's been a good old
I like
time.
podcasting with you all.
Yeah. This is a fun vibe.
We need to kick Tanner out more often. JK.
He would be.
JK would
he
love
would,
Tanner.
Left. Otherwise, I'm sure he would be.
Oh,
He would
yeah.
be-
Top of the
he would
squad.
be seat number 4.
Yes. And we should have a 4-person podcast. See how that goes.
I'm down.
Maybe we could play a game or something fun. I don't know. You guys aren't really feeling that. I
Yeah,
can see it.
no.
Sometimes I say stuff and Courtney and Lauren look at me so dead-eyed. They're just like, no. I'm like, okay.
You know, I had one of those intrusive thoughts of a game that should not be played on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those things like, I shouldn't say that out loud.
Yeah. We did talk about doing a trivia with you and Tanner and like holding up like old Cricut tools and seeing who could guess them faster. What Cricut were we talking about?
The expressions.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that would look like. I don't
We've
even
got
Oh,
one
I'll
here.
bring you to the closet.
We
of
need
dead
like a
crickets.
Cricut
We have a
museum in
cricket
here.
cemetery right now.
Do we?
Yeah, it's a Tanner.
I'm trying to go visit.
closet. I'll show you.
That's hilarious.
will.
Okay, well,
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. We're going to head to the Cricket Cemetery.
Yeah,
good times. Hopefully Courtney doesn't cuss at all.
they will be scary.
We'll see you all in the next one.
See you, bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching a Makers Gonna Learn Unfiltered podcast. This has been such a fun time getting to hang out with you, and I want to make sure to let you guys know you can actually watch this podcast wherever you love to watch podcasts. So whether you want to consume it on Apple, Spotify, YouTube with an audio video podcast, we got you covered, and I want to say thank you for hanging out with us today for another episode. If you guys have any questions, be sure to let us know down below. We are always constantly looking for podcast ideas, so if you have a topic you think we should cover that me or the team would love, drop it down below. If you need anything, reach out to hi@makersgonnalearn.com. And if you have not joined our amazing crafting community, check out makersgonnalearn.com. I will leave you an amazing offer right down below to get you plugged in and get started today. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.